Hello everyone. So if you see, we have described Cisco DNA Center workflow to apply the network configuration monitoring and the management. This one we are going to discuss. And also we have here describe API for the DNA Center and the vManage. If you remember, vManage we discussed in our SD-WAN. Here where we have the theory about the SD-WAN. Anyhow, we will revise and we will discuss the API and outbound, southbound. And after that, what we have here, this also for the DNA center. So in the DNA center, we are going to cover that one. And after that, we are going to discuss basic Python component. We are going to do one or two lab, just basic lab, how to run the Python to automate configuration of the device, how we can configure, and what is JSON, what is Young, and this construct EEM. This is like automation only. So we are going to do lab for this one. And then we are going to compare some agent and agentless tools, how we can manage the device, that tool. So now we are going to start from here beginning. This all we are going to cover. So first thing, before going to the Python, we will discuss what is automation, what is traditional way. After that we are going to Python. So let me start. First of all, traditional network management. So why we are saying traditional means we are going to access device one by one via telnet or SSH. We are going to access the device one by one. If you have 100 router in your organization, or maybe 100 switches, or maybe 20 routers in your organization, if your organization is medium type, if your organization is big, you will have more, maybe you will have the 100 switches. So whatever the quantity of the switches and router, you are going to access one by one at a time. One by one at a time, you will have the notepad, you will write the configuration, and you will telnet or SSH the router or switch, and you will paste the configuration. As we are doing in our lab, what we are doing? We are writing the configuration in the notepad, and then we are going to paste in the CLI of the switch or router. That method is known as traditional network management method. Traditional because we are doing one by one. It is taking long time. It will consume long time, and also it is insufficient because we are going to have the issue. Sometime we will have the typing error. Sometime maybe other guy is using some different words. We are using some different words. Like generally, whenever we configure, example, we are saying interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0, and then we will description we are going to write. So in the description, maybe we will use capital letter like connected to ISP. We are defining just like this way. Maybe other guy will use a small letter. So we will have the not standard way of configuration when we do in the traditional method. Generally, in many organizations, still we are following this one only. Just we will write in the notepad and we will copy and paste. But nowadays we have the automation also. So some organization is using Cisco DNA Center, and some organization are using different, that is vManage. Depend organization to organization. For managing the LAN, we will use the Cisco DNA Center. And for managing the WAN, we are going to use the vManage. Both are from the Cisco. So this is a device. Maybe we will have the virtual device or we will have the physical device. Same here also, virtual or physical. And we are going to use this one. This is a controller. Cisco DNA is a controller. vManage is also a controller. So we are going to manage our network via controller when we are going for the automation. Traditional means just managing our network by using the notepad, copy paste, write the configuration and paste in the device. NMS, that is nothing but network management system. We are going to manage the network. How we are going to manage? If you are working in the NOC, you know that one. We will have the big LCD LEDs. In that one we can see the alarm. if anything go wrong, and then we are going to call the NOC team and we are going to update there is a issue in this site, particular site, or this interface is down. Like that we can monitor. So we have different software, like we will use the simple network management protocol. We have different protocol, different software. If you remember, we told we have the WhatsUp Gold, we have the PRTG. Different organization is using different. So with these tools, we are going to manage. We are going to manage the network. How we will manage? We will have the SNMP or we have the NetFlow. Depending upon that one, we are going to manage our network in the traditional way. Some automation we can do by using the SNMP. We can push the configuration, we can retrieve the configuration, but it is having the limited function. We cannot perform everything with the SNMP. So we have the issue. What issue we are going to get when we are going to do the traditional way? One device at a time we need to configure. This is the first point. One device at a time, and we will have the typing error, and also multiple guys, means many different guys are going to configure in different way. Some guys is going to use the small letter for description, some guys are going to use the capital letter. So our configuration will not be standard way. And also what we can say, we have the lot of time it is going to consume. If you have 500 router, maybe you need if you want to finish in 2 days, maybe you will request maybe more than 20 guys. But if you use the automation, maybe in half an hour or maybe in the 2 hours we can finish this all by using the automation. So these are the drawbacks we will have when we go for the traditional network. So what we can do with the network automation? We are saying automation. So what we can do with the automation? We can configure the device, initial device provision we can perform, software version control we can do. We can collect the logs, we can collect the statistic of the device. We can verify so many things. We can generate the report for the troubleshooting purpose also we can use. We can do so many options with the automation. So we are saying automation. What is automation? What is automation? We can say network automation is a process of automating the configuration, managing, testing, deploying, operating of a physical or virtual device within the network. So we are going to automate. We are going to automate the configuration, managing, testing, deploying. This all we are going to do with the help of automation. Or in another words, what we can say, network automation is a methodology in which software automatically configure, manage, test network device. So with the piece of software, that is API is nothing but piece of software. With the help of one piece of software, we are going to configure or manage the device with the help of automation. Nowadays, most of the companies are moving in the automation only. Even if the small organization, they are connecting the branches with the SD-WAN. With the help of SD-WAN, we are asking the ISP, we need the SD-WAN solution. ISP is providing that one because it will charge less. When compared to MPLS, we have the less charges. So that's why even if the small organization, they are moving to the SD-WAN, and SD-WAN is nothing but automation. Okay, so with the help of automation, we can perform so many things. And generally, Python and Ansible is going to use for the automation. Python is widely used to perform the network automation, and Python is a open source. Python is a open source language. Open source means it is freely available. We can download, we can install. No need to buy this one. And there is a lot of coding is available. That is a lot of code already available on the internet. We can download on the free of cost, and we can modify as per our requirement, and we can run that one. Why we are using? To make the automation. So we are using the Python to do the automation with the help of Python. And also we have the Ansible. Python and Ansible we can use to do the automation. So what we can say, network programmability enable the automation which reduce the human to machine interaction. This greatly reduce the changes of chance of the human error such as typing error we will have, that will be reduced. and also we can manage the network with the automation. No need to monitor if anything go wrong. If we configure the email ID or the mobile number, we will get the email or message in our mobile when anything go wrong in the network. So with the help of automation we can perform so many activity. We are mostly what we are using the Python, and also we are using the Ansible. If you see, there are multiple methods we can use to automate the network. Like Python script we can run, we can use the netcon, rescon. In the new router we have this feature, we can enable the rescon, netcon to configure that one, and we can use the Ansible. Ansible is also a language like Python, and we have Puppet, and we can use Cisco, that is software defined network, and Cisco DNA Center. This one is using for LAN purpose, this one is using for WAN purpose. We are going to see that also. And what we can say, we have this many tools from starting from here to here, but depending upon our router is supporting which tool, we need to use that tool. Because old router is not supporting all the thing, new router is supporting. So depending upon our environment, which one is suitable, we need to use that one. And now Python for network programmability. So Python, why we are looking for Python? Because it is easy to learn and human readable, open source, can be installed in all the OS. We cannot say like I have the Windows, I cannot install, I have the Mac. No issue. If you have Windows, Mac, whatever operating system, Python is available for all, and it is the open source, freely available, and easy to find the network automation code sample in the internet, and we can modify depending upon our requirement. We can modify that one depending upon the what we can say our requirement, we can modify that one. So this is a basic just introduction about the network automation. After that we are going to look in detail about Python also.